Welcome to my social justice project. In this project, my my project will be for false rape allegations. First off, I would want to say that I 100% believe that women's voices matter towards rape. If a woman says she is raped, we need to believe her. But as an athlete, there has been multiple occasions where women have stated that the men have raped her, while in the meantime, that is false and it has ruined a man's career. As an athlete myself, I don't want to have this happen to me. So in this project, I will be talking about the benefits and the negatives about having a crime against false rape allegations. For my first example of a false rape allegation, here's one. In 1988, in the trial of Oliver Junovic, a student at Columbia University, Junovic met a female at Barnard College in an online chat room. They kept talking in line over 6 months, and they went for a date in November of 1996. During the date, it was good. After they went back to Junovic's apartment, where Barnard states that she was held down for 20 hours, tortured, and Junovic would not let her go. A bill that I would want passed is a false rape allegation crime. The reason I want this is because as an athlete, I've seen this multiple times where a woman has stated rape when actually it was not. In this bill, I would want women to be put in jail for the times that the men lost, as well as a fund to go in for the male to gain money to get back on his feet and get back to where he once was. In this bill, it would allow for a better connection with the society and lead to a safer community. In this example, I'm going to be talking about a false rape allegation where in 1998 there's a trial of Oliver Junovic and a student at Columbia University and a student at Barnard College. Oliver had been talking to this female for close to 6 months, it's stated, and they went for their first date in November of 1996. The day was going well. Then they went back to Oliver's apartment, where it was stated that the Barnard student said that she was forcibly held for 20 hours, tortured, and abused. Then she was finally let go, and Oliver was arrested for rape. With this, there's multiple emails / text messages that there's evidence against that Oliver did not commit these crimes, but just because there was inequalities with the text messages, it was withheld from the court. With this, the Barnard student claimed that she wasn't raped in those, but because there was inadmissible in a court, it wasn't allowed to be used in the court. But Oliver was then arrested and has been and eventually was let out of prison after this. But this is an example of a false rape allegation that has turned to ruin a male's life. For an objection, this quote was taken down. Victims do not report sexual assaults or rapes. This makes it challenging to know many sexual assaults / rapes happen each year. The Department of Justice has stated that rape is among the least reported types of violent crimes. With this, victims may not report rape if they feel unsure if the assault against them qualifies as rape. This is especially true if a person committed the assault was a romantic partner or a spouse. Some victims may feel ashamed and do not want others to know what happened to them. Victims may also fear that the person who committed these assaults will return to punish them. This goes against my example because if they believe that it may not be correct, the other person may think the same thing. Then the victim who was actually raped may be actually arrested when she was actually raped. So the bill that I would be talking about would totally go against this, because they don't want the victim who actually was raped to be thrown in jail for a false rape, but it was actually a rape. On April 8th of 2005, the president of Brevard, Florida, chapter of National Women's Organization for Florida, was charged with false rape report and a false official statement. She was in prison for 1 year on each count and forced to pay for the police investigation she incurred. The case has far-reaching implications for gender policies. This is true because with this, women with real rape allegations need to have their voice heard, and this is an example of getting their voice not heard. Why? Because it takes time away from the police when they need to be forcing the time with people that were actually raped. A survey commissioned by the Association of Catholic Priests in Ireland revealed that 75% of Irish Catholics believe that the church teaching on sexuality has no relevance. The February poll of 1,000 Catholics across the country turned its head to the idea that mass attendance equals conservative values. 1/3 of Irish Catholics attend Mass weekly, but significantly majority hierarchy views a married priest, 87%, a woman priest, 77%, as well as homosexuality, 61%. With this, I believe that if the church allowed for a view on safe sex, it would allow for a safer community. If the church were to promote safe sex, it would teach people from a young age that rape was not a good thing. Even though we're taught at a young age that rape is not good, if we are taught safe sex, it will lead to a better community and more respect for other women/men. There is a significant number of domestic violence victims that are male. Although our country does not define males as victims, they define them as female. With this result, the tax-funded domestic violence shelters serve women, not men. They turn away men. With this, we have a society where females are looked down as a victim, when we should look as both as a victim. We should teach these victims what happened, and we should teach our kids how to not do this. We should teach our kids what we need to do to have a better, safer society with no rape.